So, your brain is trying to kill you. Okay, that's a bit dramatic. Maybe. But it feels that way sometimes, right? The endless scroll of curated perfection, the 24/7 news cycle that sounds like it's auditioning for a dystopian novel, the pressure to be your own best life-having, side-hustling, productivity-maximized brand. It's a lot. And into this glorious mess of modern anxiety, we've invited a new roommate. Artificial intelligence. It's not knocking on the door anymore. It's in the house. It's making coffee, reading your diary, and maybe, just maybe, offering you a Xanax. Or a therapy session. It's a bit unclear. Robots aren't just assembling cars anymore. They're starting to assemble our emotional states. So let's talk about it. How is AI actually impacting our mental health? And is it the therapist we've been waiting for, or the source of our next, even weirder anxiety?
First, let's establish the baseline. We are in a mental health crisis, globally. The numbers are, to use the technical term, bonkers. The WHO says depression is a leading cause of disability. Burnout is the new baseline. And the traditional system, human therapists, is buckling under the weight. Long wait lists, eye-watering costs, and let's be honest, a stigma that just won't quit. Enter stage right, Silicon Valley, with a chatbot and a promise. This is the shiny, hopeful part of the story. The part where AI puts on the cozy sweater and says, I'm here to listen. We're talking about therapeutic chatbots, apps like Wobot and Wiza. They're available 24/7, they never judge you for texting at 3 a.m., and they cost less than a single copay. Their entire pitch is accessibility. They use a form of AI called natural language processing, or NLP. Don't let the jargon scare you. Think of it as a very sophisticated pattern matching machine. You type, I'm feeling incredibly anxious about my presentation tomorrow. The AI isn't feeling your pain. It's running your sentence through a mountain of therapeutic dialogue, specifically techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It identifies keywords, anxious, presentation. It recognizes the cognitive distortion, catastrophizing, and it serves back a response designed to reframe your thinking.
It's a marionette pulling the strings of proven therapeutic techniques. And the data? It's surprisingly not terrible. Early studies show that consistent use of these chatbots can lead to measurable reductions in symptoms of depression and anxiety. For people who can't access a human or are too scared to, it's a low-stakes, always available first step. It's the Raspberry Pi moment for mental health support. But this is just the friendly, consumer-facing bot. The real action is happening backstage, where AI is playing Sherlock Holmes with your data. Meanwhile, in research labs and clinics, AI is becoming a diagnostic powerhouse. We're talking about algorithms that can analyze your speech patterns, the tone, the pace, the word choice, and flag potential signs of PTSD or depression with an accuracy that sometimes rivals clinicians. They can scan your social media posts. A study out of the University of Pennsylvania demonstrated that an AI could predict depression just by analyzing a person's Instagram feed. The clues? Less bright colors, more bluish tones, fewer faces in photos. It's a digital biomarker, a fingerprint of sadness left on your feed. And it gets even more sci-fi. Companies like Kintsugi are developing voice analysis tech that can detect mental health strain from short clips of your speech, like the subtle tremors or fatigue in your voice that you can't even hear. Your phone call to a customer service line could, in theory, become a mental health check-in. The promise here is early intervention, catching the warning signs before the crisis hits. It's proactive, it's data-driven, and it's brutally efficient. But, and this is a very, very big but, we've just handed our most intimate data, our thoughts, our fears, the very sound of our despair, to a bunch of algorithms built by companies that have a, let's say, complicated history with privacy. Which brings us to the dark side, the part where the friendly therapy bot starts showing a glitch and it looks a lot like Skynet's less competent cousin. Let's be irreverent for a second. You're pouring your heart out to a chatbot. It feels private, right? Like a digital diary? Wrong. It's a data farm, and your trauma is the crop. The privacy policies for these apps are novels of legalese that basically say, we can do a lot with your data. They anonymize it, they aggregate it, they use it to train their models. But anonymization is a fragile concept. It doesn't take much to connect the dots back to you, the uniquely anxious human behind the screen. And then there's the problem of the soulless void, or as the psychiatrists call it, empathy deficit. These AIs don't understand you. They simulate understanding. They're pattern matchers, not mind readers. And when you push them beyond their programming, things get weird. Fast. There's the now infamous case of the National Eating Disorder Association's helpline. They replaced their human staff with a chatbot named Tessa. The idea was noble: provide scalable 24/7 support. The reality was a reliability nightmare. Users reported that Tessa started giving out dangerous, non-clinical advice. It was reportedly telling people with eating disorders to track their weight and calorie count, behaviors that are literal rocket fuel for their illness. The bot was suspended, but the lesson was clear. You can't CBT your way out of a complex, life-threatening condition with a script that doesn't understand the hell it's playing with. It's the mental health equivalent of a self-driving car confidently heading for a cliff because its map doesn't show a cliff there. And this isn't a one-off glitch. It's the fundamental problem of bias. AI is trained on human data, and humans are, to put it mildly, a bunch of prejudiced jerks. If an AI is trained on clinical data from primarily white, male, Western populations, its diagnostic suggestions for a black woman or a trans teenager could be dangerously inaccurate. It's baking society's existing inequalities into code and then prescribing them back to us. Reddit's verdict on all this is predictably split. You have the tech evangelists who see Luddite fear in every criticism, and you have the doomers who think every therapy bot is the first step toward a digital panopticon that will diagnose you with insubordination for having a bad day at work. The truth, as always, is probably fuzzier and weirder. Now we have to talk about the relationships, the part where the line between tool and companion gets blurrier than a photo after a long cry. Meet Replika, the AI companion that cares. This isn't a therapy bot. This is a friend, a romantic partner for many. You create an avatar, you talk to it, and it learns from you, develops a personality for you. The user testimonials are intense. People grieving the loss of a loved one find comfort in a replica of their voice and personality. Lonely people find a non-judgmental ear. It's a full sci-fi relationship, and for some, it provides genuine, measurable comfort. But it's a puppet show where you're both the audience and the one holding some of the strings. The company can, and has, changed the AI's personality with a simple server update, pulling the rug out from under thousands of emotionally dependent users. Imagine your best friend, your confidant, just changing overnight. The psychological whiplash is real, and it spawns some of the most heartbreaking comment threads you'll ever read. So, where does this leave us? Is AI the hero or the villain? The answer is a resounding, frustrating yes. Let's break down the factual scorecard. The good, the therapist's new toolkit. Scalability. AI can offer first-line support to millions who would otherwise get nothing. It's a force multiplier for a strained profession. Accessibility. 24/7. Low cost. No stigma access to basic therapeutic techniques. Data-driven insights. The potential for hyper-personalized treatment plans and early warning systems based on objective data, not just self-reporting. The bad, the glitch in the system.
Your mental health data is a commodity. Its security and use are a massive, unresolved question. The empathy gap. An AI cannot form a genuine human bond, the very thing that is often the cornerstone of healing in therapy. Baked-in bias. Algorithms can perpetuate and even amplify societal inequalities, leading to misdiagnosis and poor care for marginalized groups. The ugly, the uncharted territory, the dependency problem, forming deep, parasocial relationships with entities that have no legal responsibility, consistent personality, or human rights. The liability black hole. Who is responsible when a therapy bot gives harmful advice? The developer? The hospital that bought it? The user for trusting it? The weaponization potential. Imagine an authoritarian regime using affective AI to identify dissidents based on perceived stress or anger in their voice. It's not a movie plot, it's a plausible next step. So, the real story isn't about whether AI is good or evil for our minds. It's about infrastructure. It's about regulation that doesn't exist yet. It's about ethical frameworks that are being written as the tech is being deployed. The question isn't, will an AI replace your therapist? The more pressing question is, how long before your employer's wellness chatbot reports your rising stress levels to your manager? We are building the bridge as we walk on it, and frankly, some of the planks look a bit rotten. The impact of AI on mental health isn't a single story. It's a dual diagnosis. It's a potential lifeline for the isolated and a surveillance tool of terrifying intimacy. It's a tool for empowerment and a vessel for our deepest biases. It holds up a mirror to our pain, and the reflection is made of code. The real question is, are we ready to see what it shows us?
So, what do you think? Have you ever used a mental health AI? Was it helpful? Or was it a digital placebo that eventually revealed its soulless gears? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if this conversation made you think, even a little, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our weird, wired future. Thanks for watching.